Hello and welcome to the 8-bit node abounds tutorial for Quillshroom Marsh. I'm Kodran and I'm going to be taking you through each screen and showing you the fastest strats and then maybe some of the easier strats in case you're not necessarily going for the top time. And my inputs are displayed on the top right of the screen in case you're interested. And let's get into it. One thing to note about this stage is that it's very horizontal, so it's a lot of walking to the right or left. And that means that for a lot of the rooms, you can pretty much do it one of a million different ways as long as you're always holding right and you don't slow down. I'm going to show you the ways I do it and then some other ways you can possibly do the levels that I know about. But really, a lot of the rooms come down to personal preference. So let's get into it. This room displays that pretty accurately, so as long as you're holding right, you can really do anything. I like to cloud step or a wingsuit attack off these guys and just get to the end. As long as you're holding right through the whole room, you're good. This next room, as you enter, it's the fastest possible way to do it is if you jump before entering like this. You land right here, which is pretty much perfect. If you don't want to do that, it's not too much slower just to walk off here and hit these. In order to get by this red guy, I like to jump and then just cloud step off the lantern over his projectile. It's pretty simple. This next screen as well, you can just hold right and just kill them. I like to jump and then wingsuit attack off those. Generally works. Well, it'll work every time because as long as you're holding right, he'll always shoot the same way. Okay, so this room you're just going to drop down and you're going to want to go a little bit to the right and then not like that. No, it's too far to the right, but you're going to want to drop down, go to the right, and then drop down again. This room is what we call the long room, and it's pretty accurately named. It's very long. I think it's definitely the longest room in the 8-bit run. So there's a lot of things to talk about. You can do this entire room without letting go of right, which is like pretty impressive. So that's the perfect way to do it, of course. I'll show you a few different things you're going to want to know. A few of the cycles and stuff are like based on how long you've spent in the room, so it's going to be hard to show you them. So I'm going to go through every little detail by itself, and then at the end I'll come back through the entire room and show you it at full speed. So here, you just kill this guy, you just walk to the right, you kill that guy, and you get over here. You're just holding right. You can just cloud step off there. Here, I like to do a double lantern jump, so that was explained in one of the earlier tutorials, I think, which is just like this, but you can just wingsuit attack here if you want, as long as you make it to this platform. Once you're here, I like to walk off and then just cloud step off the lantern there, and then wingsuit attack off the next lantern, so I'll show you what I'm talking about. After that, I'm going to wingsuit attack off a blue guy, and then wingsuit attack off the projectile of a red guy, and then off the projectile of one of the blue spike ball thrower guys. So I'm going to show you it all together, and it's going to skip a little bit of the screen, and you'll probably understand better once I actually do it. So let's go. So wingsuit attack, wingsuit attack, wingsuit attack, jump, wingsuit attack, and jump, and so that skips, well, I kind of fell down, but you can definitely reach this lantern and then kill the bird, and that skips this whole bottom part. You won't have to like do some gross stuff with going up here and losing a bit of time. If you fall down, or you messed up the earlier part of the room and maybe he didn't throw his projectile or something, you can actually come down here, just kill this guy. And it's a little bit tricky, but you can get a double lantern jump straight from the ground to this lantern, so I'll show you what that's like. I actually missed it, so like that, double lantern jump, and that's actually not any slower than the real strat, but it's a little bit tricky to get this double lantern jump off every time, which is why the other strat is better. Here there's going to be two of those jumping red guys, so you can just cloud step off them up here. These are the guys I'm talking about to get up here. Now, to get through this place, I like to do just normal cloud steps, and then at the spikes I do a wingsuit attack. So here, cloud step, and then wingsuit attack, wingsuit attack, wingsuit attack. This wrecking ball is, like I was saying, one of the things where the cycle is based on how long you've actually spent in the room. So I'm going to show you how to beat this wrecking ball when I do the full room, when I show you how to do the entire room from the start, because really the cycle you're on depends on how well you did the rest, and so yeah, I think it makes more sense just to show you what it'll look like all together. For this bird, what you want to do is go under it here, and you can do one of two things. You can crouch under him like that, and then cloud step up to get up here. Or something that people like to do as well, which I'll show you when I do the full room, is they go under it like this, and then when they get here, they jump and wingsuit attack the bird and get over to the other side. So that's a little bit tricky, and so I'll show you that when I do the full room. If you miss the bird, if you kill the bird or something, this guy will always be shooting fireballs, so just a little bit slower, but you can make it up like that. And that's the entire room, so I'll show you it now. We're gonna have to make our way all the way to the end, and you now realize why they call it the long room. Alright, so we're just about at the end. So when we enter the room, I'm going to drop down, go to the right, drop down. I like to just jump over here and kill this guy. Get up here, I like to do a double lantern jump there. Hit here, wingsuit attack, small jump, wingsuit attack, wingsuit attack. This guy will always shoot his projectile if you did the rest of the room right, and you can make it to this lantern. Then the red guy's here. Just do some normal cloud steps here, and a wingsuit attack, wingsuit attack, wingsuit attack. I like to go under this wrecking ball like this. You can also go over it using the blue guy. Okay, I kind of messed that up, but the idea is you're gonna jump in front of the bird, and then it'll be under you. And then when it's under you, you can wingsuit attack to get over. So it's a little bit tricky, and you might have to, if you're going for that, you might have to experiment a little. Personally, I like to duck under it. It probably loses, you know, like a 1/10 of a second or something. So it's not really too bad. Alright, that's out of the way. Now, the next room, we're going to do a jump hit like this, and then into a wingsuit attack, and we're going to be able to make it over to the bird. So I'll show you the whole room together, then you'll understand better. So like this, you can hold wingsuit and we make it to the bird here, and then up like that. So you wanna make it to the bird, get on this wall, and then jump and hit the mushrooms from the right side like that. Now, the next room, we want to jump really close to the green spike ball, and then at the apex of our jump, we're gonna wingsuit down to that lantern in the middle, and then wingsuit attack it. So I'll show you what that looks like. Wingsuit attack it, and over here. It might take you a little bit to get used to this. I know it took me quite a bit to get good, because I realized that I was jumping too early, so just experiment with where you're jumping, where you're starting your wingsuit, and stuff like that. This next room is the first use of our shurikens, so we're going to shuriken the switch on the right, underneath the red guy when he jumps. So after we drop down, the red guy will jump up and we can shuriken underneath and make it through without getting hit. So I'll show you that. So shuriken and then drop down, and we don't want to get hit by that spike. This room, again, as long as you're holding right, you'll always make this cycle at the end, which is what we want. So this green cycle. This lantern here will always have a health, which is pretty useful. Like, you should definitely take note of this. I'm always grabbing this lantern because it's not out of the way, and a lot of the time you do take damage, especially when you're just starting to learn this stage. Like, you will take damage before this part in the level, and it can be scary. So especially with the fact that there's a checkpoint in the next room after this one that we're gonna skip. So if you die after that, it's really detrimental. This room, we can hold right through the whole thing, but we have to do it a specific way. So what I like to do, we're going to jump at the end of this platform, so I'll just show you. So jump, and then wingsuit, attack, attack, and then attack. So in the middle I'm doing 2 wingsuit attacks, one off of the projectiles to move me up, and then the second one off the lantern to move me all the way up to the next lantern. So I'll show you one more time. Wingsuit attack, 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 attack. Alright, so you have to get used to the quick wingsuit attack here because you're transitioning here. Attack, attack, jump, attack. So you want to get used to that quick move into the wingsuit and doing a down attack. And then this room is the one with the checkpoint that we're skipping. So we're going to do a full jump into a wingsuit and then attack here to break the projectile and the mushroom. And then after that, we're going to do like a little jump hit on the lantern over there to make it over those spikes. So I'll show you what that looks like. Bam, and then jump hit over these spikes, and we want to get away from the bird. Here we hold right. This room's pretty simple as long as we make it through from the other room in that position. So you can tap your wingsuit to make sure you land on all the platforms, and then for this one you just want a wingsuit attack to get over, or if you're cool you can double lantern jump as well. Alright, this room I like to just walk off and hit here to put my cloud step, to get a cloud step to use later on. So the thing about this room is it's important to note how you exit if you want to do a certain strat in the next room. So I'll try and show off that strat. It takes both shurikens, so if I miss it I can't show you it again, but I'll show you, I'll hopefully show you how to do that. So yeah, there we go. So you could see that I used, I did 2 wingsuit attacks off this as I exited the room, and then I shurikened at the height of my jump as I entered. And I had to use both shurikens because I had to kill this guy and then also open the door after. So if you do that, you can actually, as you're entering the room, you open the door and then you can literally just walk through the door. If you don't do that, the other way to do it is you jump over here and then this projectile will always be here. So jump on this second step, jump on the projectile, shuriken, shuriken as you get up there. So that's a little bit slower. So if you have no shurikens because you used them or something went wrong, you can just do the same thing but hit the door opening latch like that. Okay, so I'll show you the rest of this room at full speed since it's kind of based on, you know, the timing of different attacks. So we're going to open the door, then I'm going to do a double lantern jump here, which will also buffer my attack on the first block. So I'll show you that one more time actually. Actually the block's gone now, which is kind of a shame, but I'll show you. I jump here and then do a double lantern attack. You want to kill this guy before he spews his hat out and becomes the little annoying thing, and you're going to have to crouch to kill him or just damage boost through him, whatever. So this green guy will always be underneath you as long as you've done everything right. So you can get down wingsuit attack him to get over here. And if you've done everything perfectly, this blue spike ball thrower guy will not be in the way. Sometimes if you do something wrong, he'll definitely hit you, so you have to be careful about that. If you're scared of him, or if you have 1 HP, I definitely recommend you just quickly go down there and kill him so that he doesn't hit you. Just to save your life, it's definitely worth it. And then here you just want to jump, and when this guy's about to throw, drop down so you can kill them both. So the timing I use is just when the blue-hatted guy right here is about to throw his hat at you, you just drop down and double attack so you can kill them both. That's generally the good timing. Here, the way I like to do it is hit, jump, and then jump hit, and then you can walk through this door, as long as you don't waste too much time, of course. The other way to do it, I'm going to respawn the hat guy, hopefully. So here, I'll show you this timing. Here, the other way to do it is you hit, jump, jump like that, and you can make it through the door like this. Either way is fine, really. For this room, there's some pretty important timing. So you can kind of do it one of 2 ways, or 2 kind of concepts. So one that I think a lot of people do is they kind of just, you know, jump, whatever, do whatever. Okay, not really like that, but then they end up with this annoying bird. I'm sure if you've run this game, you've been annoyed by that bird before. So the other strategy actually uses the bird to your advantage, and it's, you know, 100% consistent as long as you do the right thing. One thing to note is this top lantern always has health, which is like one that I think a lot of people don't know, so important to note this top lantern always has health, and it's actually one of the more useful ones, especially considering there's a damage boost in the next room. So one thing you can do is you can just, you know, like do whatever, jump, do some full jumps here, proc the bird, he'll be annoying, whatever, and then you can just jump hit, and you'll get over to this wall. But probably the better strategy is to use the bird to your advantage. So I'm going to jump right when this platform gets right near me, and you'll see that. So it's near me, I jump, small jump, small jump, small jump, and then hit, 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 bird's right in the perfect position for me. So I'll show you that one more time. So as the platform gets near me, jump, small jump, and then jump to here, hit, hit, bird, up. We're good, right? It's one of my favorite, or one of the more satisfying strategies. So, you know, in this room we're going to be doing a couple of damage boosts. Well, we're going to just take 2 damage, hopefully, through this green ring, just because it's in such an annoying cycle that you can't really make it through quickly without taking damage. So I'm just going to show you how to do it, like full speed, and then I'll kind of explain what's happening. So I messed it up. So this is definitely going to take 3 damage, and we're going to not even make the cycle that we wanted to make. So you don't want to die here. So that means I'm going to go to the next room and take the checkpoint. Because I definitely want to show off how to do these damage boosts. Whoops, well now I cannot. Alright. Okay, wow, that's rude. I've never done this room backwards, so that's my excuse. Especially not without getting hit. Uh-oh, okay, we're good. Alright. So, the idea is you want to take damage as you enter the green circle, and then you want to take damage near the top right area. So, I'll try and show you one more time. So, damage as I enter, up here, take the damage, and then drop down. And so, pretty much, if you're taking 3 damage, you might save time over not taking any damage, but it's close. So, ideally, you take 2 damage or you take no damage if you want to take it super safe. So, super safe, you just wait for the cycle, and then I'll try and show you, even though I think I've probably never done it before. But so as you enter the room, you want to wait for this cycle, hit this guy, wingsuit attack this guy, and then exit as the cycle ends. So that's how you do it if you have 1 HP, for example, and, or 2 HP even, and you want to be safe. Checkpoint here, thank God. So this room, pretty simple, but just go down here, attack, and then I like to cloud step off the fireball to get over the red guy. It's probably the best way to do it, it's safe. Here, also simple, just hold right, you can grab this lantern for whatever reason, and then you just wingsuit attack the second one, or you can double lantern the second one, same thing. Here, you hold right, and then you just wingsuit near the bottom, and then you can just cloud step off this to get out. So you can just go full speed while holding right, and everything will work out. This next room has a pretty interesting skip, so I'll try and show it off. It requires pretty precise timing through the entire room to be able to catch a cycle. So I'm gonna have to do it at full speed, and I'll show you. There it is. So you want to get on top of this platform. Now, it looked impressive, but now I'm gonna have to actually explain it to you. So it's important for you to, when you enter this room, make sure you go on the left side of the screen guy. Sometimes he'll go to the left if you drop too far to the left. So drop here, and then you want to wingsuit. Make sure you don't spend too much time wingsuiting, but just a little bit to get to the left of him. Yeah, so to the left of him, right? And then you can just cloud step off all this fireballs and lanterns and stuff. Cloud step off this lantern as much as you can so you don't spend time in the quicksand. Jump over here. Generally this guy will be like here still if you get here quickly, and you can just jump here. So once you're here, Nice. But once you're on the wall, well, I'll show you what to do. So now you can see these rooms at full speed, just holding right pretty much through these ones. Cloud step there, but here, wingsuit down here, just cloud step as much as you can. Can take this platform, so he'll be here, I jump here, and then I cloud step off the lantern. I waited a bit there, so that was my fault, but if you just jump and hit the lantern, you'll always make it. Now that I've showed off the difficult strat that you should probably never do, I'll show I'll show you how you probably should do the room. So you can still do this wingsuit thing through here, but it doesn't necessarily matter if you take a little bit of extra time, just because you don't really need to catch the cycle. Here you can kill this guy if you want, but probably, like, you know, if you don't have to, you shouldn't. And you'll make the cycle when this spike platform is moving outwards. You'll be able to just jump under it like that. Pretty simple. So here, what I like to do is drop down as late as possible and then cloud step on the blue projectiles to make it under like that. So I'll just show you one more time. So drop down late and then cloud step, and get over here off the lantern. So just up and around, right? Here, so I like to just grab the wall here and then do a full jump up like that. So and that'll let you jump under, or not jump, but just go under this this little orange guy. Because fun fact, the orange guys actually, they jump when you jump. So when I jump, he's gonna jump. It's interesting. But yeah, so jump up, go under him. You can stand on the right side there and kill both of those guys. So I'll just show you the whole room now. Kill, and then come to the right and just hit this guy before he shoots again. And that's it. That's Quillshroom. Now, the Queen of Quills, the most important thing is that, well, there's two things. One is that you get the first hit off. So the first hit is a hit that will knock her off her rings, because the first thing she does is go up onto her rings. So you want to catch her before she's able to start doing some super long attacks that will waste a lot of time. And then the other most important thing is that you are hitting her as much as you possibly can while she's not attacking you. So I'm going to show you how I do the first hit, which is a damage boost. Actually, I take 1 damage just because that's what I'm comfortable with, and then I'll do the fight over again and show you how I know Cooney does it, and I think most other people do it the way without the damage boost. And then both times I'll show you the rest of the fight. It's the same thing, but basically I'm just trying to get as much damage on her while she's not attacking as possible, and that will result in the exact same fight every time, because the patterns she does are based on how much damage you do. So let's get into it. So a bit of text here. So I'm going to walk towards her, and before I reach her, I'm going to jump, hit, jump, and then shuriken there to get her off the ring. So you might have to go back and watch that again. And here, I like to crouch so that when she jumps over, she doesn't hit me. Basically, here, I'm just attacking as much as I possibly can. Jump over these attacks, just attacking. She's going to whip, I'm going to crouch. She's going to whip, I'm going to crouch. She's going to whip, I'm going to crouch, and the fight's over. That's literally it. You go to the right side so that you're already at the door when it ends, and you shuriken to do the last hit. It's actually like a pretty satisfying fight. I like this one. Just because, you know, you're actually doing it the perfect, you know, strategy. There's no possible way to do it faster, really. I don't know. I really like that. And you're already at the door, which is, it's really cool. And that's it. I'll show you the fight one more time. You might want to rewatch and maybe put the video in slow motion so you can see where I'm hitting when I'm jumping and everything. I can't really slow down the fight because otherwise I'll miss the the strategy. But yeah, so I'll show you how other people tend to do it. So they run at her, and they get 1 hit off here, and then jump hit like that, and shuriken her off the ring. So pretty much the same thing, just not taking damage, and yeah, just whatever you're comfortable with really is good. Jump there, and she's gonna whip, I'm gonna crouch, she's gonna whip, I'm gonna crouch, she's gonna whip, I'm gonna crouch. That's it. So yeah, this one I think a lot of people have trouble with, this fight. It's really one where you just play it over and over, and once you get a feel for it, you pretty much can't miss it. You know, you get into that zone where you're just so comfortable with it that you get it every time. So that's it. Thank you for watching. I hope you learned something, and I'll see you next time.